The Incredible Hulk will not be presented this evening.
All right, everybody, welcome back to Monday night to the most adequate show on YouTube. That's the superlative I want, most adequate. Anyways, it is time for the DL show. Tonight, Joe is taking the night off. I believe probably a lot of Mikey stuff today. Today, we have next to me, Krellbar, who I just saw on Tuesday, I think.
No, Thursday.
Thursday. I'm sorry, Thursday. I saw you at the cigar dinner. Yeah, and we'll discuss that a little bit in a bit. And I want to welcome Dane from Zim's Guitars.
Howdy, guys.
How's it going,
everybody?
Ricky Compton.
How was the week? Busy week? How we doing? Weekend. How was the weekend? Busy? Slow?
Oh yeah, lots of events.
I meant for Dane. How his business was going.
No, I thought you were talking about me.
No.
Business is good, man. Rocking is my business, and business is good.
Thank you, Jay Santiago. Let me just say this. Krellbar, do you have an announcement to make on the show at all? Anything?
Yep. I'm start work tomorrow.
All right. The man is employed. Folks, lock up your daughters. The man is now employed. Janice Lala, welcome. Let me just say this, Krellbar.
Insert your McDonald's
I actually start next
joke.
week.
Oh, he starts next week, but he goes in tomorrow. And folks, very much like the show, Krellbar will be wearing a headset. He'll be working at the Wendy's drive-thru on Cumberland Road. No, I'm kidding.
It's the role I was born to play.
Yeah, can I get fries with that?
Can I get the Frosty for the extra 99 cents? All right, folks. Actually, you know what was funny? Back in Burbank, back in the 80s, there used to be a guy working at the Jack in the Box. His name was Eric. And every time we used to go to Jack in the Box drive-thru, this is the late 80s, because we would just go to hear Eric in the mic. Welcome to Jack in the Box. How can I help you? Yeah, I'd like an ultimate cheeseburger. One ultimate cheeseburger. A fry. One french fry. Anyways, we loved Eric. He was great.
One time back in the day. I have a quick story. One time back in the day, me and my friend, this was in the 80s, we were drunk as hell, cruising around in his little monster truck that he had. And probably at about 4 o'clock in the morning, I think we might have even been doing acid that night. But about 4 o'clock in the morning, we pulled into the McDonald's parking lot. Into the drive-thru, and we sat there, and they were closed. But then we just sat there and drank and listened to Motley Crue or whatever for hours. And then when they finally opened, they said, "Hey, welcome to McDonald's. May I take your order?" We started laughing so hard that we were like out of our minds, laughing so hard. All we could do was just drive away.
Sad thing is, he says it was the 80s. It was actually last week.
He lost me on Motley Crue. I was like, you were listening to what? Yeah. Anyways, folks, this week, Thursday, we went to a cigar dinner. On Thursday night, it was for Rojas Cigars. Now, I don't know if anyone watches my cigar talks. I smoked a Blue Bonnet like a week or so ago from Rojas. It was excellent. And I talked about the night before having the, I can't remember the name of the damn cigar, but it was The Statement by Rojas, which I thought was their best cigar. So at this event, we got 2 cigars. I don't remember what the hell they were. One was called the Street Taco. Hold on, folks. I'm bringing one young Jerry Gorham into the chat. Jerry, welcome. So,
yo, what's up, man?
They gave us a cigar called the Street Taco, which I didn't smoke that night. And I can't remember what the other one was, but the other one was
it's the one you were just mentioning. The
it was The Statement.
Yeah,
it was The Statement. So they gave us The Statement. So I'm like, I'm going to smoke The Statement because I knew it was a good cigar. I waited, and I think on my live show, I even smoked the Street Taco, which I thought was not good. However, I got flack yesterday when I went.
I was kind of middle
your
ground.
Street Tacos is better than Rojas Cigars Street Taco. They're not a good cigar. No flavor.
I found like a middle ground on it. It's like, in my opinion, it was a middle.
Yeah, I just thought it was, you know, if you like a mild to medium smoke, I could see somebody liking it, but the mild smokes for me now are dead. So to me, it was like, it was mild, but without flavor. I just didn't like it.
It would have been nice to actually have a hit the taco flavor in it. That would have been great.
Even, you know what, at the very end, there was a hint of spice. And I was like, finally, something's kicking into this thing, but it's already too late. And it's like Street Taco Barbacoa. When I think of barbacoa, I'm thinking barbecue, spicy barbecue. None of that. None of it. So I do want to say I did smoke a cigar before the show tonight called The Wide by La Perla Habana. And I ended up buying a 5-pack for $25. I smoked one cigar on my show, the Cigar Talk show, and I was so impressed with the cigar. I went online and bought a box. $80 for 20 cigars, $4 a cigar. This is one of my favorites. I'm so happy to find a cheap cigar that I like.
I may be getting another humidor.
I have 30 cigars coming in the next week. I don't know where the hell they're going to go. I better start smoking fast.
That portable one I have isn't large enough.
Oh,
if I want to carry a few cigars,
it's evergreen on Amazon, and it's $20. 25.
That was $20. That's 25. Nice. I like how it's easy. You can put the cutters in and the lighter in there.
Yeah, it's great. It's great. Jerry Gorham, how was your weekend, sir?
Nondescript, kind of quiet.
Say no more. Say no more.
Doing the road work. You know what I mean?
I saw that, dude. When you say that, I don't know if people knew what the hell you were talking about, but I knew you were out there doing the walk.
Yeah,
that's great. Yeah. That's great.
Yeah. It's working for me, so I'm happy about that. So
there's so many people I see now that are trying to get into shape, changing. There's a girl I went to high school with, and I ran into her in Market Basket.
Dave's been working out.
Yeah, right. And so this girl walks up to me, and I don't know who she was. We really didn't talk that much in high school, but she was saying, "Oh, hey, I see you post on Facebook. You look great." I'm like, "Yeah." And she tells me her name, and I'm like, "Oh." I'm like, "You lost a little weight." She lost 300 pounds.
What?
That's a
300 pounds.
So what does that mean? She weighed like 4.
Somebody cut her head off.
Is
that?
I'm telling you, she posted on Facebook the pictures. It's really, I mean, and now she's living her best life. And it's just great. I just like seeing people change their thing around to go to healthy, and it's great. Yeah. I'm all for it.
Feeling better is better.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Changes everything.
I've been following Dave's plan for the last 6 weeks. Of one
in the gym. How's that going?
I'm actually putting on muscle quicker than when I was hammering the shit out of myself last year.
I know. I try to tell people how I work out, and they all think I'm out of my mind. They're like, that won't work for me. It's like,
I was like, it doesn't seem like it's enough. When I'm finished with each day workout, it's like, what did I do? Well, you know, I'm sore because I'm pushing heavy weights, but it's like, but you know, it goes by so quick. Where I'm used to like working out an hour a day, without the cardio.
Yeah. Now you're in there 20 minutes.
Yeah,
and getting
20,
way more
25.
Way more results.
For 20 minutes. What's it entail? Your 20 minutes.
Well,
First,
there's a different
I find
body
a good magazine.
There's the right stroke, the left stroke, but well, Dave can.
It's just the principle of heavy duty. You basically go in, you pick a body part, and you hit it hard. So if you're gonna go do chest, do a light warm up, a medium warm up, and then go balls out heavy where you can get 2 to 4 reps, and you're done. And then do a fly exercise, and then you're done with chest.
Super.
And then you don't have to do every like I watch these kids in the gym and they're training for football. And I'm like, I don't understand. Are they trying to work out for size or are they working out for endurance? They're doing every back exercise in the gym. I'm like, guys, I do a third of what you guys do, and you guys have no back because you're just overtraining and tearing everything down. Exactly, Mike Menzer. Menzer, not Metzger. Yeah. Mike used to work. He used to work out. He used to be a trainer at Gold's when I worked there. And we used to laugh at Mike because Mike's insane. He really was insane. Oh,
Pat Mack. He has a YouTube channel. He was on Joe Rogan and stuff.
No.
His type of training is what people in football should be doing. It's endurance, picking up the hammer and hitting a side.
Well, there's a guy in Gold's in Venice named T.R. Goodman. He has a thing called Pro Camp, and he trains all the pro football and hockey.
Is that where Schwarzenegger used to hang out?
He hangs out there now, but back in the day, he was at World Gym because Joe Gold, who was the guy who when he worked out at Gold's. Joe Gold sold the gym in like 76 and started World Gym. And so Arnold had a front spot at World Gym in Venice on the corner of Abbot Kinney and Maine. But Mike Menzer, he was a lot of people waste time in there. And cardio is important, and I do a lot of cardio. I don't do cardio to burn fat. I do it for my heart. I'm hammering myself, and I'm walking out of there a sweaty mess. But every day is great. And I when I do it, I'm like, this is why I allow myself to smoke cigars. Because if I didn't do it, I would say I can't do it. You know what I mean? If I don't do the cardio, I can't smoke the cigar. So I want to smoke cigars. So it's like the balance. And not that you're breathing cigars in or anything, but you are getting a little bit of nicotine in you and all that other good stuff.
Oh,
all the
definitely.
good stuff.
Oh, yeah.
All the goodies.
But no chemicals.
Yeah, it's great. I mean, I enjoy it. But anyway, so that's the whole thing with the workout. So when Krellbauer was telling me he was going back into working out and had a giant list, I'm like, it can make it much easier for you. Just cut out most of the stuff. You don't do every exercise, in one. Like this week, for me, is light week. So to me, I was in there doing 15, 20 reps of fly work, fly work, and it was heavy enough where I could do 15, struggling at 20, and I wore myself out. It was 15, 20 minutes, got on the treadmill for an hour, and I was done.
Yeah, I originally wanted to do the upper and lower splits, like splits one day up and push pull. Pull up. I came up with 2 different things, and it's it would have been a 5.
Here's my workout.
Day workout 6 day.
There you go. What's that, 5 or 8?
It's like 5.
10.
3. Oh, 10.
Oh, it's 10. Okay.
Oh, okay. Well, do 100 of those and it'll pump the veins
Just
out.
one.
Yeah.
Yeah. How many of these do I need to do? 100?
Homer Simpson.
It's not going to do anything.
It's funny when Homer Simpson, he was working out all the time and he just did one arm.
I mean, you'll get you can burn the fat. It's more cardio at that point. I mean, when I curl, my last set of curls right now is 65s, and I'm not doing heavy yet.
Yeah, that's ridiculous on my end. I can't do that much.
But I'm just saying that's what you want to push. You want to push whatever you can do. So,
well, you kind of push yourself with workouts.
What's heavy to you? Heavy's relative. But I mean, if you can see how he's doing that to me, if you can get more than, if that's your warm up, then you would go up to 25s and try to do it. Yeah. You're not going to get much out of that.
The fun is adjusting the weight. Like when you do the 3 sets, you try to go for like 10, 8, and 4, like you were saying. And you notice on the first set, sometimes you find you can do the first set weight and still have a couple left in the tank. Then you do some other ones, and those are kind of lagging. But then you can up that first one, and that makes you stronger in the first one, and it seems to make you stronger for the other ones over time. And it's the way the weight goes up, it's kind of funny for me anyway.
Yeah, Eric Johnson, the problem with body weight exercises, you're not really doing your body weight. You're only doing a portion of it. And, you know, it's better than doing nothing, but it's not, but there's better things to do. And it's not very, to me, like, you know, like I said, people always say, man, you transformed, you do this. And yeah, because there's ways you can go in the gym. And I go in the gym and I see guys who were in there the same time I started, and we both had the same amount of weight to lose, and they're in the same position, and I've changed my body. So it's really about how to train and working that, you know, doing the best that you can. And I really believe, not as insanely as Mike Menser, because Mike Menser will take it to the extreme, but I'm on his, I'd say he's about 75 to 80% there. I mean, look at Menser's physique was ridiculous. Back in 1980, that guy was ridiculous.
Yeah, Eric Johnson, it's all about progressive overload. You could probably do it with body weight exercises if you found a way to progressively overload. Like if you do
well, I think you could do it with the bands.
Hang a weight.
Yeah, I think you can do it with anything where you can put resistance that you're going to struggle with. And because the muscle isn't forced, you have to force the muscle to want to grow, a need for it to grow. When you're working out for endurance, you're building endurance. But you're not going to get size and endurance. But if you want your muscle to grow, then you got to lift a weight that's uncomfortable for your body to lift. So your body goes, we got to fix this. We got to.
And that's what happened with me. My endurance was over the top last year. Yeah, it's like I couldn't breathe heavy to save my life when I was running up and down stairs. It's like I was so toned and stuff, but I wasn't building muscle.
Right.
It was doing too much.
I remember one time I called you. I was meeting you for lunch, and I said, "Are you close?" And you said, "I'm not even breathing heavy." That's it. Johnny Kramer nails it. You got to shock it. You got to shock it.
Saying curls are for girls.
Yeah. No, he says curls for the
girls.
Curls for the.
But yeah, Johnny Kramer, you just said it. You have to shock it. You have to give it something an overload to it where it's going to grow. And that's the trick. And eat your Wheaties. No. But I did, you know what? I started eating oatmeal.
You can grow up like Bruce Jenner.
Caitlin, you mean? So, listen, has anyone seen the movie in this chat, The Gentleman?
I know of it. I know that's with Matthew McConaughey and some other guys.
Excellent movie. I watched it the other night. Yeah, I'm sure, Johnny. You're trying to shock it with news stories of murder and kidnapping.
That chapter.
The Gentleman was very good. It reminds me of Snatch, by the way, same director and writer, but without the humor. It didn't have the same humor as Snatch, but it was good. It was very good. Anybody in the chat see it? The Gentleman with Matthew McConaughey. You know what's funny is everyone told me how great McConaughey was in it, and Colin Farrell, but nobody mentioned how great Hugh Grant was. I thought Hugh Grant was the movie. Let's see if
Hugh Grant's for girls.
Yeah, Snatch is excellent. I mean, and you know, Guy Ritchie also did Wrath of Man, Andy, and Wrath of Man wasn't in the same vein as Snatch. The Gentleman is in the same vein of Snatch. It's a very similar constructed film, but without the humor, but still great. So yeah, I enjoyed it. But I thought Hugh Grant was awesome in it. I thought he was the walk away. I heard about the movie last week when I watched the cast. Oh, Barstool Pizza. Hey, Jerry, can you hear me? Yeah. Have you seen The Gentleman?
No.
Matthew McConaughey? No? Okay.
No, I'm not a movie guy, but I just want to, you were talking about Madonna a second ago, right?
Well, because that's the guy who directed the film was married to her.
Guy Ritchie?
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember shit from 30 years ago. But anyways, why would they be pushing? What is it? Justify My Love? Was that like her kind of ex-sexpose kind of song?
I believe Lenny Kravitz wrote that song, if I'm not mistaken.
Right, yeah, it was meant to push her book.
How long ago? All right, so it's 30 years ago?
90 maybe?
92, I think it was.
Bang, so this is the anniversary. That's why we saw it. That's what's going on. Okay, that makes sense.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I saw the video. I'm like, wow, she looks old. I can imagine what she looks like now.
Yeah, friggin'
yeah, it's a great flick, Elroy. What I love about Snatch is I love Bricktop. Do you know what the word nemesis is? Oh, it's great. Like I said, there's a lot of like clever, a lot more humor in it. But in The Gentleman, I thought was very good. I want to see the film Nobody. I haven't seen that yet, and I can't find it on my. Yeah, that one you saw.
It got some good scenes.
Again,
I saw the Elvis movie.
Oh, what'd you think of it?
It's fantastic. It's rather fast paced, I thought, and you got to watch it a couple, 3 times.
That Elvis guy looks like he's going to have a lot of success as a singer.
He's incredible.
I'm talking about Elvis Presley. It's a horrible joke.
No, come on. The movie was cool. Colonel Tom Parker is the star of the show.
That's Tom Hanks. I heard they gave him a lot of flack saying that was one of Tom Hanks' worst roles. They said it was a decent movie, but Tom Hanks kind of took.
He's rather villainous. He's the colonel.
Right.
He took half of Elvis's money and he squandered it on gambling debts, and so he's made out to be a villain.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, when I was heavier, I gave half my money to the colonel. Colonel Sanders.
Yeah.
All I've got is the crickets.
11 herbs and spices. I'm staying. Kidding me?
The KFC is huge in Japan on Thanksgiving Day.
All right, guys, here's a question for you.
I bet you it's better there than here.
KFC or Popeyes?
Popeyes. Hands down. No question.
I'll be honest, I have never been to a Popeyes before.
Okay. I have the answer. My answer is going to be a little different than Krellbau's.
It's gonna be a third chain that has nothing to do with the two you mentioned.
Incorrect. It's a comment about both places.
Here we go.
Popeyes has the best consistency of crunch to the chicken. My problem with Popeyes is it's like the most unseasoned piece of chicken.
Ooh, well, yeah,
the spicy. I don't want spicy. I don't want spicy when I eat chicken. No, I don't want spice.
I agree. Compared to the 11 herbs and spices, yeah, it's not as flavored.
So if you get the crispy Kentucky Fried Chicken versus the regular Popeyes, I'll take KFC.
That used to work. It depends which one, because I used to like the original recipe back in the day. And then that got so greasy, the skin was falling off. Then I went to the extra crispy. Then places started making extra crispy. That was a greasy mess. So what I usually do is I usually go to Popeyes and I make sure I get it fresh out of things and not under heat lamps for any amount of time. Then I go across the street.
Oh, you're that guy. You're the guy that puts that person in a great mood when I'm in line.
Cole, I'll wait for the fresh chicken to cut. If there's a few pieces left there, I'll let them. Hey, I'll wait for it. Then I go across the street to get my coleslaw at KFC though.
When I was a kid, we would go to a restaurant. We would sit down at a table like a Denny's or something. We had a waitress, but it was a KFC. And you would order the three-piece. The waitress would bring it out. Do you need some water with that? And it was actually a KFC. They put everything on a plate.
Let me know when Tom Hanks is going to play that Colonel. That's a movie I'll watch.
I see. Well,
here, boy.
Now, Dane,
if KFC could get rid of that greasy factor, I'd probably go back to KFC.
I don't know if you guys have been to KFC in the last 5 years. I haven't gone in over a year because I don't eat.
I try every now and then.
I don't eat garbage anymore, folks. It's just the way it is.
Yeah, exactly.
I did go to a Tasty Burger with my brother Richard when he came into town. It was the only place that was open late at night in Boston, and I got a burger on lettuce.
Oh yeah, that place.
And it was excellent.
Yeah.
I highly recommend, but I do not go into fast food places. However, they do what Five Guys does now. They tell you where their potatoes are coming in from. Does anyone Has anyone ever given two fucks when you go into a restaurant, a KFC no less, and they're like, our potatoes today have been farmed from, and it, gives you whatever, something Idaho.
Des Moines, Iowa.
As long as it's a russet, that's all I want.
I'm like,
I don't care where it comes from.
And I'm like, oh, I was going to get the mashed potatoes, but not if it's from there. No.
Well, I gotta wait. Like our potatoes are from 3 Mile Island, Pennsylvania.
What are they posting where it's from? Like, do they, like, people actually? Oh, look at this. I don't know who started that trend. Was it Starbucks? Our coffee was blended in, it's Arabica coffee made in what? Just it's garbage. You guys are burning it anyways. What do you give a fuck where you're telling me your coffee's from? Hey, where did you burn this coffee from? Oh, this one's Brazil. Okay, I thought it was the Costa Rica, but I couldn't tell because you guys burned the living fuck out of both of them. It's like, oh, your French fry, like Five Guys. Oh, your French fries are that's being made. That's an Idaho potato. Oh no, mine have to come from Wyoming or I'm done. And like, what are they thinking?
Hey, we burned the coffee. Just list it as espresso.
They don't list it as that's their coffee.
Yeah, I'm just saying. Yeah, I've had it before and it's awful. And it's not even the way they brew it; it's just bad coffee, overblown.
When I go in there and I'm like, listen, can you guys make a copy that's not burnt? I'll be over here writing a book on my laptop. I'll wait.
A girl gave me a book the other day.
Yeah, how everyone's always in there fucking writing.
Oh, what's that?
Metal. So this really nice woman came into my store, and she goes, I used to work. Her name is Anna Marie O'Brien, right?
Wow,
Anna
she
Marie
wrote
O'Brien. Adventures of a Metalhead Librarian. So in 1990, she worked for Metal Blade Records, and she was I don't know who she was. That's her back in the day. But she worked for Metal Blade Records, and she helped sign Slayer and Sacred Reich and all those Metal Blade artists.
And apparently she shared wardrobes with J.K. Lee.
Happily married librarian now. She has kids. She has a husband. And she decided to write a book, and she came into my store, and she's still a very beautiful girl. And she wrote a book about her 18 months working for Metal Blade Records.
Cool.
Very cool.
Yeah.
And it looks like Ricky Compton got his Dave Mustaine Rust in Peace V this Saturday. He says he has no quality control issues on his. Gibson got this one right. Gibson right now is listening to the show going, thank God the blind guy got it. Thank you. Just kidding.
Got a gun to his head.
Did any of you guys watch the Gibson Slash guitar collection video that Mark Agnesi did with Slash?
I didn't. I saw a couple of clips of it because I'm friends with Mark on Instagram, but I didn't see the actual. I mean, I don't really care about Slash. Nothing personal Slash. But it's just, Guns N' Roses and Motley Crue might be the two bands that if they're on the radio, you can guarantee, you can bet the bank. You can bet the bank I'm turning it. Not even a question.
It was a little strange. I watched about halfway through it, and it was a little strange that Slash used the F word in every other statement. Every other sentence, he'd be like, yeah, this fucking one right here is really cool. And
that is weird because usually he uses it everyone. Thank you.
Yeah, he tried to tone it down.
Yeah, right. He was dialing it back for Mark.
How many guitars, roughly? Could you tell, like the entire collection? Did Slash?
You know what? I only watched about halfway through it, so I have no idea. I didn't get to all the numbers and stuff like that. I didn't. Yeah, I saw about a dozen of them, and then I kind of logged out.
And didn't they give them all to him, anyways? I mean, they give him all because his first Les Paul, the one that he played on the record, was not even a Les Paul. It was
some custom made
private builder,
wasn't it? Or was it a Max or was it a Chris Derrig?
I think the second one. That sounds familiar for some reason.
Chris Derrig.
Yeah, I don't know. To me, like
Max Barnett made a lot of those.
What is that? Like a 59 knockoff or something?
Yeah, it's the same. Like Rich does. Rich has that.
Yeah.
No, the same thing.
Decades.
What's that?
Yeah, they've been doing it for decades.
Yeah,
and it was probably $2,500 then.
Rich has one of my favorites. That one that he was playing.
They're nice, man. They're
beautiful.
Yeah.
Beautiful. I mean, they do things that Gibson can't do.
Right.
They use the Brazilian rosewood
vibe to them, and
they do the Brazilian rosewood that Gibson can't use legally, and they use so these private builders are doing some nice stuff. I mean, they make great guitars. I mean, the Les Paul's a cool guitar. I don't know if I'm watching Slash's video after he shows one Les Paul and he's like, here's another Les Paul. I'd be like, all right. Like, to me, just show me a couple of different guitars. I get it. You got 40 Les Pauls. We get it.
The Joe Perry Les Paul was interesting. He ended up with Joe Perry's Les Paul that was on one of the album covers. But then he ended up giving it back to Joe 10 or 15 years later. But that's kind of interesting when these guys, they have a guitar and then they give it back. Joe sold it for some reason or something.
Well, they were fucking broke.
Joe Perry, Aerosmith guy.
Yeah, they were broke like 40 years ago, So he had to sell it, which is hard to believe, but,
Well, a lot of guys also sell guitars. They like, if they fall out of favor with them and they're like, I'd rather have the cash to go buy a different guitar. And, they don't want to sit there and have storage and whatnot. I mean, Joe Walsh sold Jimmy Page his famous Les Paul.
With double coil pickups.
Exactly.
From that movie, right? The Song Remains the Same movie.
1974, maybe?
Oh, okay.
That was Song Remains the Same?
Well, he has number 1 and number 2. So one of them, the first one he had was before Joe Walsh, and then Joe Walsh sold him the one that has the shaved down neck.
Are they both 59s or a 58 and a 59?
Well, let me tell you, before Gibson got a hold of the guitars and started reissuing them, everyone said that his first one was a 58 and the other was a 59. Then all of a sudden it's like, no, they're both 59. So Gibson could raise the price, in my opinion. But I think the first one was a 58. Oh, Andy 58 Carina V, that's worth some money.
Yeah. That's
but it's like it's unplayable.
A Carina Explorer. I always like the Explorers from Gibson.
Yeah.
Oh, they're gorgeous. I've only seen them in that natural, and it's probably only, I don't know, hundreds of those, a couple hundred.
Yeah, well, the one the Edge played was great. I think that was a 76.
70,
I don't know how.
Yeah, I forget the year it was the year of the reissue.
Maybe that was
when they reissued the Carinas with the mahogany. But the
these guys,
I don't like the necks on those guitars. What's that?
I think it's so heartwarming when these musicians get their old guitars back. But then they'll play it and then they'll, I know now I remember why I sold this 33 years ago,
Hey, real quickly, I don't know if you guys are on my Facebook. Well, I know you three are, but nobody out there is. So Saturday night, I go to my gig. I go to Martini's. I did a double. I played a 1 to 4 gig in Taunton, and then I came home, smoked a cigar, relaxed, ate. Then I went down to Plymouth. Now, in Plymouth, parking is almost impossible. So for about a year, as we've been doing this gig, I park illegally. I park right across from the restaurant in a loading zone, and I don't give two shits. So I park there. I take out my mic stand. I take out my mandolin, and I walk to the bar, and I put it down inside. I go to the bartender, and I order my burger, and then I go outside, and now Jim's pulling in and taking a spot 2 cars in front of me. So I walk over to his car, and I'm talking to him. As I'm talking to him, there's all these sirens coming up the road, and I go, are they pulling this guy over? What the fuck? The guy pulls over. They go around him. I'm like, no, they're not. So I'm like, oh, something's going on. Now I look up the other side of the street. There's other cars coming. They all encircle my car. So I'm like, what the balls is going on here? So I said to Jim, Jim, are they going to finally ticket me? What are they doing? He's like, no, they're talking to those two kids. So I look and I see the cop talking to two kids, but now I also see him shining a flashlight in my car. So I'm like, I go, no, this guy's looking at my car. I'm going over there. So I walk over and I go, officer, is there a problem over here? What are you looking at my car for? He's like, is this your car? I'm like, yeah, I just asked you why you're looking at my car. He's like, what are you doing parking here? I said, and meanwhile, the big sign says loading like 20 minutes only or something. And I said, I'm loading my gear into that bar. I play here every Saturday. Now the guy's got a big grin on his face because he's clearly relieved about something. And he says, these kids saw a guy open this trunk and pull out a rifle and walk across the street. I said, no rifle. I said, everything I brought over there, and you're welcome to come over. And he was just like, I was wearing a Superman shirt, and I was wearing these shorts. I don't know if you can see them. My yellow shorts.
Oh, God. Infamous.
So, the infamous shorts.
Yeah.
So the cop says, first thing is the guy didn't say that Superman did it. And number two, he didn't mention those shorts, oddly enough. So I said, what are you, busting my balls on my shorts? He starts laughing. He goes, I like him. He goes, but if you were to say a guy's walking down the street with a rifle, wouldn't you say he's got the loudest pair of shorts in town? I said, fair enough. I said, anyways, he goes, is the car registered to you? I said, yeah. So he goes, okay. He goes, what's in the car? What's in there now? I said, my guitars. You just shined a flashlight. He goes, yeah, I know, saw them. So he was just like, he goes, you don't think it was the mandolin they saw? I said, they probably saw it, but they don't know what the hell it is. But they think my mic stand's a rifle. So he's like, all right, go ahead. He took my name. I gave him my number. I'm like, if there's any other problem, let me know. So he's talking to the two kids more, and I go over and I get my food. And I go to sit outside because there's an empty table out there. And I see him again. And I said, you looking for me again? He goes, I am. I said, what's up? He goes, I want to see that mic stand. I go, okay. We go inside. I grab it. And as I grab it, the bottom leg drops down like a stalk.
Uh-huh.
And the guy laughs and goes, thank you very much. I'll tell my sergeant, we got to get the hell out of here. These kids think your mic stand's a rifle. I said,
out of Colombo.
Is that thing loaded?
I said, yeah. I go, the funny thing is this mic stand is chambered in 223. Bad gun joke, folks.
The dumbest thing you can do nowadays is have one of those guitars that's shaped like a gun, like a machine gun.
Yeah. Well, anyways, it was just funny because then afterwards, like everyone was giving me shit. Now, this one guy sitting outside watching the whole incident, he's going off. These fucking kids don't know what a gun looks like. They're so scared from the news and everything else that goes on. He's going off. Finally, he says a couple of things to me, and I look and I go, what are you, a cop? And he says, oh, yeah, Sheriff's Department in Plymouth. I'm like, giddy up. It was hilarious. And then, like, literally 10 minutes later, there's 4 fire trucks surrounding my car. And I go, what the hell's going on now? And I look, and someone pulled the fire alarm in the 2 restaurants down. But the way they, like, all blocked me in, I'm like, they would have loved my spot. And then afterwards, like, I said to the cop, I said, you don't need me to move my car, do you? The guy goes, you're fine there. It's like, giddy up.
They said, must have been the guy with the rifle that pulled the alarm.
Yeah.
It's unbelievable.
It won't fuck with you. You get
It's good that you're out.
No, people are on edge because, you know, they've got people all hyped up on stuff. If you see anything that even looks like a gun, you know, all started in school with like the kid chewing the Pop-Tart in shape of the gun, then he gets kicked out. It's like, what the heck?
Dave, it's good that you're out doing things, though, because there's so many people that just stay home and they're afraid to get out. And you got to get out and you got to show up. You only win if you show up.
I play every weekend.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
I play every weekend. I mean, it was funny because everybody in the bar saw what happened. So they were all giving me a hard time about my mic stand. And I'm like, folks, let me just set up my rifle here. You know, everyone was having a laugh about it, but it was just ridiculous. But like I said, the cop had a good sense of humor about it. The second I walked up, the cop knew that there was nothing to worry because I was like, this is my car. What are you guys doing? So the cop was like already felt diffused because if I was walking around with a rifle, I'm not walking back up to my car. You know what I mean?
Yeah, a lot of people don't realize how dangerous that is, though. It's like, you know, if a cop comes up code red, it's like, you know, if someone says it's definitely a gun or something like that, if you get the wrong cop, it can go south really quick.
Yeah, but I didn't have it in my hand.
Oh yeah, it's like, but, you know,
I'm walking up like this, guys. What are you looking at my car for?
They can,
and they were like, "Oh, is this your car?" So they can see I'm not armed.
They can come in hot, depending how 911 describes the situation.
They also were confused because I had the Superman shirt on, and the glasses were on.
It could have been.
So they were like, "Wait a minute, is this Superman or is this Clark Kent?" They had no idea where to go with it.
There's those people out there that just hate watching people have a good time. Oh, there's a bar. That Dave guy's got loud.
It's gotta be a gun.
On. I hate these people. Oh, that looks like a gun. They're immediately going to call.
These were young kids. They were actually scared because I talked to the kids who called them. They were right there with the cops.
How young?
They were probably like 21, 19, somewhere in that range. But they were just like, yeah, no, it was definitely a gun. I'm like, yeah, it wasn't. And they were like, it wasn't you. And I'm like, did the guy take it out of the trunk? And he goes, yeah. I go, there's nobody getting in my trunk but me. I literally was here, popped the trunk, closed it, went over, and then walked over there and been watching my car ever since.
And again, like they couldn't identify you with those shorts. You know, it's like,
the cop was like, how scary is that? He was making the point, like, these guys as eyewitnesses saying they saw a rifle, but they can't say the guy's wearing the loudest. Like, if you saw a guy with a rifle, what's he wearing? I don't really remember. How about the loudest pair of shorts in town? I said the yellow camouflage. Maybe they worked. They couldn't see me.
Dressed up like Cheech in Up in Smoke with the tutu and ballet costume.
Exactly. Huh? Either way, it was absurd. But it was, I mean, the cops had a laugh with me about it because the second I walked over, the guy had a shit-eating grin, and I knew something was up because I could tell he didn't want to tell me when I was like, why are you guys looking at my car? And he's like, is this your car? I'm like, yeah, it's my car. And he's like, these kids saw a guy pull a rifle out of it. I go, that's not what I took out of my car. He's like, what'd you take? I'm like, my mandolin and my mic stand. Now, my mic stand is calibered in 5.56, but terrible. Folks, I'm going to only do my jokes now for people who know firearms.
Well,
right. The two kids were right there, and they were like, "No, it wasn't this guy." I'm like, "Yeah, it was me. I'm the only guy that opens my trunk, buddy."
Morons, dude. That's the problem. Just like you're getting false reports from morons.
Oh, it was and there was some festival going on in Plymouth that day. There was something going on down the water, so there was like already a ton of people down there. But
it's always busy down there.
Yeah, no, they were good guys, RL. The police were funny. They were funny about it. At the end of the day, I continued to park illegally and will continue to park illegally every time I play there, which is the part that I walk away with joy.
I think you got a parking spot for life by the sounds of it. He's like, you're fine. Don't worry.
Yeah.
Did I ever tell you a story? It's not a gun story, but it's like I was with my mother once years ago in one of my first trucks, and it was I had to get a commercial plate in Rhode Island. They don't let me get the combo, so pay extra for it. I'm forced to do it. But there's this pizza joint up here. I was with my mother pick up some food, and so I just pull in the loading unloading zone, and it's like commercial vehicles only. It's like. So I go in, I was ready for it. Cop was out there and said, well, why are you parking here? I said, well, I'm loading. It says loading commercial vehicles. And I said, there's a reason why I pay more money for that plate. But no, I thought it was funny.
Shut up from stories.
Did he buy it?
Well,
That's what we need to hear. You don't finish the story. It's like you leave us dangling like a moth on a spider web here. We're like,
well, I thought it was just funny itself that I came up with that and just, use the sandwich as loading and unloading. When usually zones like that are for, loading.
If it says commercial plate, a commercial, whatever, you got it. Is that the guitar you just put together?
Who, me?
Yeah. Or was that's you had that?
Yeah, but dude, I've had the neck off of this thing like 17 fucking times.
How come?
I haven't in 3 weeks. So I think I finally got it where it's supposed to be. Just
what was happening that you had to keep taking it off?
Well, initially, this paint in the neck pocket, and I dressed it a little bit. And
what was happening that you had to do it?
Well, just the setup. I was trying to get that setup, and I tried it without a shim. Then I added a little sliver of a business card.
Yeah, it's hard to do a strap without a shim.
Right. And then I bought angled shim stock. It was too heavy.
Yeah.
And then the bridge was just maxed out.
Yep.
So I said, fuck that. And I took it all apart and I dressed the neck pocket, like detailed it, and actually shaved in a little
pocket.
Well, yeah, but
angle.
Shaved
in the angle.
But less than what it was before. It was like half a degree.
Right. Okay.
And then I put it all back together, and it fucking just finally played correctly. And I've been loving it ever since. I can't keep.
Let's see. Let's hold up that action. I'm gonna make you the main screen here. So hold on. Go ahead. Let me see that action.
Well, I think it's pretty good.
Oh, that's good. That's low.
Well, in Dave, it just plays
right,
clean as hell everywhere.
Right. What are you playing that through?
Oh, what the fuck did I get? A Jet City.
Oh, Jet City. I haven't heard that name.
Watch Jet City. It's EL84s, which
yeah,
I didn't think I'd like, but I like it. It's the it's the amp down here. Well, wait a minute.
Okay. Them call it a basement amp.
See that purple bastard right there?
Oh, you re-put it. You reboxed it.
Yeah, well, I put it into an old growth pine box.
Right.
Made it look like an old Marshall Popular.
Right.
And yeah, it's I like it. It was $200 for the head. Now to find them, they're like double.
Well, everything went up. Let me see. Yeah, so let's see that guitar. Let's get a close up. Let's look at that guitar. Now I know you get heavy gauge strings on that guitar because I know how you play your guitars. Yeah, what is it? 11s?
Yeah.
Okay, and then let me see the bridge. Get the bridge pinned.
It's all vintage,
No, but the bridge is pinned. It's not floating.
Oh yeah.
Nice.
Oh yeah.
No, I just run heavy
5 springs.
Yeah, 5 springs, but also the claws all the way in.
Yeah.
I'll put the wood in there, but and
get the binding. That looks good. Let's see all the way down. Keep going.
So this
Keep
looks like
towards
an
the
Eric
headstock.
Johnson that never was.
Let's see the headstock. Bring it all the way down to the headstock. All right.
I got a question about the bridge. The 6 screws. It looks like you've only got
that headstock is. I have the guy make him 5/8 instead of a 1/2 inch. See how beefy that is?
Yeah.
That's a little build secret.
Yeah.
What was the question?
Oh, the 6 screws in the bridge. It looks like there's only like one
There's
screw.
only one, and it's a pickguard screw.
Oh, okay.
It still works, and it's very hooked up. Stratocasters can be misaligned and put together like not correctly, and they still sound okay. But when you finally get it all blended, hey, there we go. How many knobs?
Yes.
So that's the deluxe one.
Mm-hmm.
Dane, what are you asking for that?
$400.
Oh, that's a buy, dude.
Yeah,
that's
nowadays, yeah.
Is that also the 22-watt one?
This is a Jet City 50.
50.
Oh.
That's a Soldano knockoff.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, as is the ones I have.
Yeah, he designed the line.
Yeah.
Yeah, the entire line.
I like it. It's got a little sag to it, the one I have. Mine only has, I think it's 5 knobs. No, mine's 6 knobs. So it's like a Marshall.
His is 8.
Simple.
What I should have said is this
It's
is almost like an
channel.
SLO knockoff, but only 50 watts, right?
How many channel is that? 1 or 2?
Looks like 1. Oh,
There
you go. Is that a boost?
No, there's a crunch and overdrive
Oh, okay.
channel.
Master,
It's just a single
crunch,
input.
overdrive.
Oh, look at that. The channel switch, little baby switch. That's cool.
Yeah, there's a crunch.
So wait a
channel.
minute, what the hell is crunch and overdrive? That's like the same thing in my mind.
Well, the crunch is
More.
Yeah, well, their overdrive is going to be more saturated than. a regular overdrive.
They should call it distortion, like crunch and you know what I mean? Like
everyone has their own name. Yeah, you remember those stupid names Peavey used to have?
Saturation,
the Paramix knob, and
oh yeah. The blue. Well, that was the saturation was the blue knob, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah,
but the thing is that Peavey was using actual technical terms, though. Saturation, pre, post,
right.
And stuff. And technically, it was more correct than
How did that work out for them?
Yeah, exactly.
They're done.
You can't sell to the market with all these technical
with Hartley, Dave.
But he didn't die. He shut it down.
No, he passed away.
No, he's still alive. Hartley's still alive.
I'm pretty sure he passed away, guy.
He retired. He left.
I'd say he's alive.
You're the researcher on this outfit.
Michael Anthony is Joe with Peavey amps.
No, it's Hartley Peavey.
Michael Anthony tours with the Peavey bass amp.
He's still alive.
Alive.
Yeah, Dave. He's a year younger than your mother, Dave.
2 years younger.
Oh, okay. All right.
2 years younger.
So, Dave, they're out of business.
Oh, wait, I thought your mother was born in 40.
39.
39. Okay, mine was 40.
Oh, yeah. She's a Wizard of Oz baby.
Yeah.
But I would highly recommend the Jet City, the 22 watt. It's a great little bedroom amp or whatever. It's got a very Vox kind of voice to my ears.
They came to me when I ran West LA Music and wanted me to carry them.
And?
I said no.
Why?
No interest. We were dealing with high-end stuff, and it's just to me, that is for the shop that we had. I didn't want to be in the competing with Guitar Center stuff. I wanted to compete with the higher end boutique places. So we were buying way more like higher end type amps. And then they came along and I'm like, yeah, this just doesn't interest me. Now, it might have been a decent amp. In fact, it would be something, if it even sounded good, it'd be something that I'd play. But I just had no interest in being their retailer.
Well, tell me this. How much do you think that head was like? What did it list for? And when was this stuff current? 20 years ago? 15 years ago?
2006, 2007 maybe, or 2008, somewhere around there.
All right. So 15 years ago, just 5 years ago.
I think it was a little later than that, wasn't it? For the Jet City?
I don't think so. I would guess 2008, but let's take a look. Jet City.
If anything, it was 2010.
And what did the head list for?
It used to be very cheap. I remember the head was like $399 or something.
So you could buy him for $279, something like that.
Yeah, you know what? You really got me on that one because it's because then they came out with, what was it, the Amelia, and that was like $599.
2009.
2009?
Yeah.
Yeah, because I started watching all the guitar stuff around 2010, you know.
Yeah, 2009. So I was still at West LA. Yeah.
And when did they go out? 19? 20?
Earlier.
You know, there was so many small amp companies that had the same idea. I'm trying to think. There was another one that had a brown grill. Oh, a brown. They were brown faced, almost like a wood panel.
Oh, was that the Panama?
Black Star.
No, this is before all that.
Panama amps.
It was around the same time when Jet City came out. Yep, Bogner. Yeah, I was very friendly with Reinhold.
Bogners weren't cheap. There's no cheap Bogner. No. What was that? The Shiva or the Sheba?
Shiva. That's not the cheap one. That's a great amp.
No,
to me, that's their.
There's no fucking cheap ones. They're all
that's their best Marshall amp, and I think their best amp was called the Mephisto. That was my favorite of theirs. The one that I thought was like, this is kick ass.
Was it Ashen? Ashen amps?
That sounds familiar. Let me see that. Let me see what it looks. Ashen.
Okay. Yeah. I'll just post a link. Oh.
How do you spell it?
Ashen.
Let's see.
That's why I also bought the Laney
No.
amp, because I thought that was a good bang for the buck.
It's not Ashen, but it does begin with an A. Hold on. Amplifiers begin with an A. It begins with an A. So if you can find out what it is, it's definitely begins with an A.
I'll get it. Because I remember there was Ash Down, but I don't think that's what it was.
It's not Ash Down.
Those weren't cheap either.
Ash Down was made by Mark. What the hell was his name?
Those are mostly bass amps too.
Yes, but he made a guitar amp called the Fallen Angel 180. That was one of the best guitar amps I've ever heard in my life.
I can get those through KMC Music, but
not the Fallen Angel. He was a handmade. The owner only made like 4 of them.
They only have 4 listed here. What the heck? Acoustic, AHED, Ampeg, and Ashdown.
No, you don't even have AER in that list. You don't even have. This was like a beginning. AL. Somebody, if you can look it up, it was a
Alacontre.
They were like the same. Oh man, because Gary Harrison was the rep for them. I should get Gary on the show. Gary was the Dean rep. He did Spectraflex, he did Dean guitars, and he did this amp. What the hell was it? Well,
Aguilar?
No, Aguilar's a bass. They're a bass.
Okay. Yeah, now that you mention it. Now, what was the characteristic of it? It had a wood panel on the front?
Yeah. If I see the brand name, I'm looking now. Not Apogee. Not ART. God, it's going so slow.
Acorn? I actually found one called Acorn.
God. They're probably already here and gone, but they were like the same thing as they were doing the same thing Jet City did.
Now, what about, did Softtech make an amp like 25 years ago? The MiG 50?
Yeah.
I don't think it was 25 years ago, though, was it?
It was a while ago. 20 years ago. 90s.
Wow, if that's the case, it
was like $400 back in the day. You know. Now they're like $1,000.
I think those are what Tony Crank got his hands on and modified some of those first Crank amps.
Yeah.
Yeah. And they were good.
Yeah.
Like I said, Tony Crank shot himself in the foot by working with Dimebag, coming out with that amp, and then the marketing around that amp, everybody else just assumed all his amps were like that. You know what I mean? It hurt his brand because that amp sounded like shit. First of all, Dimebag's tone. I'm listening to Slipknot radio now when I work out in the gym, and every time a Dimebag song comes on, and I love Pantera. I think the Walk was on today and Cowboys from Hell, but that guitar tone is fucking abominable. It is just awful. And I actually thought today what would be cool is if instead of playing live, Zakk Wylde went in and recorded all the guitar parts over on a decent sounding amp.
Yeah, because what do you use? Like Randall solid state Randall stuff?
Oh, terrible. It's terrible. It was Randall, and then he used the Frankenstein.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the Frankenstein is kind of like over-the-top version of, it's like all these amps that, I mean, so many amps use clipping diodes in them, even if they're all tube amps. There's a lot of amps that use clipping diodes, but his was beyond. It was like clipping, 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 and then clipping. It sounded like a bumblebee.
The vest.
You would have liked it. It's more like the tone you go for, Jerry.
Oh, stop.
I'm joking. Jerry doesn't play with distortion. Now you do.
Of course they gotta have a grind.
Jerry, you might enjoy this thing.
Okay. Oh.
Yeah. See, you got a ooh out of him already.
Yeah. Oh, I like the fat knobs, Dane. That's cool. Did you put that together?
No, I bought it like this.
All right.
And it looks like a
like the color and everything. All right, what's the headstock?
The Fender. What do they call that guitar?
It's got a made in
Mexico. Oh, is that an actual model or a Parzo caster?
It's a Parzo.
It's a Cabronita.
There was a guy here in town that would do relics, and some are better than others. The fretboard's a little, yeah.
Yeah, but isn't that
would be right here on that B flat?
Yeah, he didn't make that pickguard. That pickguard came like that. Otherwise, you would see the holes on the top. No, that's a Cabronita.
It's a little weird how P90, how far up from the bridge it is. Wouldn't you think that would be down another half inch or so?
Yeah, but how's this?
No, not on a telly.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, that'd be.
No, the telly usually you have the other thing way up there.
And Dane, what's the tone like?
A single coil.
Like
Hold
that.
on.
I have no idea, guys.
Oh, you
I'm
never
just
plugged
trying
it
to
in?
flip guitars.
It's got that background hum all the big producers want.
With P90.
Yeah, it probably has a lot of 60 cycle hum about it.
Oh, you never plugged it in? See?
Well, P90s aren't as bad.
I just want to see if it's got any, that telly-esque thing, or what's it got?
Bless you.
And of course, how much money?
I don't see any Cabernitas with a single pickup.
Pickup
is a custom shop.
Yeah, there you go.
There's a lot of hum in it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And this amp that I'm playing through is it's a very dirty amp. It's got a lot of gain and everything going on.
Well, it sounds like it has plenty of bite. It's not like it's too far away from the bridge or anything like that.
Oh, here we go. Oh, wait. Let me see. No, because that's even different. But this one here is nicer. The Fender Noventa.
Is that what that is? Is that what they call it?
It looks like it's got the Cabronita Cabronita everything, except the Noventa is nicer. Has a nicer bridge.
Okay.
Yeah, this is just a top loader.
Yeah, it's basically the Cabronita.
It doesn't really look like it's intonated very nicely. All the saddles are just like straight across.
Dane, flip that. Has it got the ferrules on the backside?
No.
No, it's a top loader.
Okay.
Top loader.
Yeah, but you could convert it.
You can, but no one's going to.
Yeah, why would you?
Because it sounds better. If it was a project, you know what I mean. That's all.
Oh, it does say Wilkinson Bridge. It says Wilkinson on the top of the bridge.
Oh, so maybe somebody made it themselves.
Totally. Well, what's the paint job? Is it Krylon, or is it what the hell is that?
I can't believe you said that. It sounds better in a.
I guess it's Krylon, probably.
Dave. It's a little more hooked up.
No, it's not.
Whatever.
Okay,
you could go spend money on the Jim. I'll tell you what. Go buy a Jim Capliango Telecaster and then go play any other telly, and you tell me you can hear a difference. I'll give you $1,000.
What is his, a top loader?
His is a top loader.
What's the bridge he's using?
A Fender top loader bridge.
It's just that, bullshit bridge. It's nothing special. Like, the G&L stuff is a little more substantial. You know what I mean?
But that doesn't do anything to the sound. The sound. I'll give you a physics class after the show. It doesn't do anything to the sound. I hate to break it to you.
No, just at begin, we're just going to say that we're talking electric guitars. So, I hate to break it to you. It doesn't do a thing. Guitars, but.
You don't think it has a different feel?
Not that I don't think. It's in the law of physics. It cannot. But it doesn't.
My transfer.
If it did, Jerry, you could tell me what bridge I'm using. If I change the base plate to it, you could tell anything, but you can't.
Well,
it might transfer more vibrations to a body, and you can feel it. That's about it.
That's as a player, but I'm telling you, what's his name? Just went and the guy from Genesis just went and played a tour with a Squier.
The Squier.
You wouldn't know it was a Squier until I tell you it's a Squier. You could hear live recordings.
What's he putting it through for an amp?
So now the amp matters. So then you just said it. The bridge doesn't matter. I'm just saying. Top loader. Look, anyone that wants to come on the show, and Jerry, you're welcome. And we'll go top loader versus through the body. I will bet anyone here they can't tell you the difference. I'll bet anyone here.
I'll say is this: the string
I'll bet you
is longer.
The string length is, but not the vibrating length. The vibrating length on a Telecaster is always 25 and a half.
I feel like you can put more string on it, and it has a slinkier feel.
It could change the feel. It can change the feel.
Well, that's what
the slinkier feel, I think, would be from a top loader, not from a through the body. But 25 and a half inches are what's vibrating, and at the mass of the string, you need the same pounds of pressure to get it to pitch. So even though in your mind it feels slinkier, it's not.
All right.
That's my point. My point is it takes pounds of pressure and it's the same 25 and a half inches. I don't care if your headstock doesn't exist or it's 15 feet long. What's on the other side of the nut is not affecting how that guitar plays.
I used to have quite a few Squiers. That's come down. I think I've only got 2 right now.
Did you sell them at a premium?
Oh, yes.
Yeah,
yes, I got. Absurd. I mean, with the exception of one, I gave to my grandkid, but it was. It's actually a very good one. 2000 Indonesian Squier Standard. It was like the first year they started making those in that factory in Indonesia. And Dave might be able to back me up on this. Usually the very first guitars that these overseas companies will make, they'll make them very well to impress the hell out of Fender. Sure. And then they'll start skimping on all things as the years go by.
Yeah,
this thing felt like a friggin' Strat. And I gave it to my grandkid.
Well,
yep.
I'm going to do the same thing with this.
Oh, we've got some sort of weird thing in the chat going on.
I got rid of
fuck.
Okay. I got rid of him.
Nudes. XY2. Best adult.
The only reason why I have to get rid of that person is because I'm sponsored by a different nude website.
Yeah.
And I can't have 2 conflicting nude websites. What's that?
What year is this one? Or
Squier Bullet by Fender.
That could be out of the Court Factory.
My guess is going to be it's early because they don't really say by Fender on them anymore.
It's got this.
What's the serial number say?
And this has a top loader bridge. So
yeah, probably sounds great.
And it's like navy blue.
Now, don't get me wrong.
Not only that, it's not even
as a player, if you have a preference, you like the way something feels in your mind, you like the way it feels. I'm all for it,
dude. I'm all about trying to hook shit up and
No, but do you know who Jim Capliango is?
A lot of it's mojo. It's a lot of it. If you makes you feel better, you play better. We're guitar players, man. We're very.
No, I know, but even though, look, I say there's nobody that's going to espouse more bullshit than me. I like a big, fat, beefy neck. I like a V. I like my frets scalloped at the very top. I like a whole host of things. But if you ask me, does it change the sound? No. Nothing I did to my guitars changed the sound, except the pickups.
Yeah.
And the pots. And the wire. Other than that, anything physically on the guitar and electric is not going to affect the way it sounds.
And the tone paint. The tone paint.
The amp is your sound. Yeah, I mean, exactly.
I know, but it just never ends.
Well, the thing is, no matter what, and I don't care what guitar you play, Jerry, and I don't even give a fuck what amp you play. When you play, it's you playing.
Correct.
When David Gilmour plays, I don't care what you listen to. Yeah, you guys ever go to the Gilmourish site? The guy's name is Bjorn, but he has this site. And this guy might be a little too excited over David Gilmour. He's got every record, like, here's the rig he used on this album. Here's the rig he used on this, and every piece of gear that he used and who put it together. And it's different on every album. And the guitar necks are different on every album. He goes from maple to rosewood, back to maple to rosewood. He's always swapping necks. And yet every album, it sounds like Gilmour to me. I couldn't, you know what I mean? It's like, one recording to the next sounds like Gilmour. Yep, so, I mean, I think people waste a lot of... Now, do I think the Gilmour guitar look cool? Let's take a look. Yes, I do. Here's a Gilmour-looking guitar. Now, is my guitar the same as Gilmour's? No. Now, I have 22 frets. My frets are scalloped high up here, as you can see. Let me see if I can get it so you can see. There you go. See, they're scalloped just on the high strings up there. These are DiMarzio pickups, area 54, area 58, 58, and Pro 54. And, you know, I use 9s.
You can see how wide that neck is, man.
Yeah, Ricky's right. Speakers make a big difference too. But, you know, the amp does too. I mean, it's like, you know, if you got to...
Who said it the last time? That's like the most significant thing you can do to change your tone. Change the speakers. It's like the last thing anybody...
Yeah, that's why I always think when people buy amps, it's like, if you like the way it sounded when you bought it, why are you changing it?
But it's subjective because, you know, that speaker will create the sound you want to hear. You know, it's like you keep putting speakers in until you hear what you want to hear. But, you know, it's
that could be an expensive
the amp is, yeah, exactly. And the amp plays a big part too.
Yeah, I like them scalloped up high. Just on the high. It's from the 15th fret on.
There's some amps that no, the best speaker in the world can't fix. I mean, if you take a Gorilla, you can put any speaker there. It can improve that amp.
Sometimes the bad speakers sound good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bullfrog.
But yeah, all subjective. I mean, it's like...
I mean, I think if somebody said to me, I want to play gigs with a band in small clubs, and I want the best sounding rig for the cheapest amount of money, I would tell somebody, buy a Blues Junior and get a few pedals.
Yeah.
That's what I would tell them. Because the Blues Junior takes pedals really well. Or I would say go buy a used Hot Rod Deluxe.
Exactly.
Because you can buy those cheap. And I think they take pedals even better than the Blues Junior. And then get a few drives, a compressor, and whatever, and that thing can sound fantastic. That's like the cheapest way to go. And I think it's probably the best way to go. Now, obviously, you have your little Marshall. I have my little Marshall here.
Marshall.
I like the drive channel is so nice on that Marshall. There's something about when you play an amp that pushes air that you can't get from playing, say, a clean amp like a Fender with pedals. You're never going to push air like that. But to me, the versatility, I would take the Fender amp. To me, I'm more interested in the clear, clean, to somewhat overdriven than I am about the high gain.
Oh, what's it? Oh, orange. The orange.
Yeah, it's the 900. It's a 2501.
Did we see this rig last week?
Yeah, no, we didn't see this one last week. It looks like it's a Marshall A stack, a 960. Is that a 1960A?
Yeah.
It looks small.
Yeah, it's a slant cap.
But is it a 60 or is it smaller than the 1960? What model's that cab? What does it say? I can't read it from. Hold on, let me pull it up.
1960. Yeah.
Okay, 1960. All right, so it is a 1960A slant cab, and let's see what's on top of that. The Crush Pro 120. Now, is this a tube amp? I know nothing about their model names.
It's too small.
Solid state?
Yeah. Oh, yes.
What do you want for that cabinet?
$500.
You heard it here first. That's a good $500, guys.
Yeah.
If you guys want a Marshall, it looks like it's in good shape.
How many watts is it? Is it 300?
I like they took off the they threaded it with the white plastic instead of the black plastic on the other side. Got 1960A 4x12.
300, so the 75 watts.
Oh, it's also a stereo, huh? Monitor stereo. You can use it as a stereo.
Yeah, they've been doing that for a long time.
Yeah, I thought they stopped it though after a while.
Oh.
Yeah, it was a 56.
It's in nice shape. You know, it's like 5 years old or whatever. That's in nice shape. Decent. Looks like, you know what's cool, really Dave? It looks like a 900 cab or an 800 cab. It just looks old school.
What is it? Let me see. What's the fender you have behind that? Is that a Rumble?
Oh, that
Rumble bass amp.
Is it a bass amp behind there?
Yeah.
Oh.
And what's that Fender computer next to it?
Yeah, that's the thing we heard earlier.
What is it?
Is that the Cyber Twin?
Yeah, no.
It's a Cyber, yeah. It's Cyber Deluxe. Okay, yeah. It's not the Twin, yeah. Wow. Yeah, that's one of the early modeling. It's the Cyber Twin came out in the 90s.
Look what it says right here when you turn it on. Hi. That's how loud that is.
It's loud.
Those clever little devils.
Huh. And what Rumble is that? A 15? Looks big for a 15.
Rumble 30.
Oh, 30. Okay.
That's cool.
That almost went down the shorts there for a minute, guys.
All right, folks. Well, after that nude site posting, I thought you were going to have to.
Tommy Lee's wiener.
I see you got a PRS SC case over there too. Where did Dane go? Getting something else.
Yeah, show and tell with Dane. That's cool. He's got. What did he say? He's got 300 guitars there. Or?
Yeah, well, if he flipped the camera around last week, he's got a wall.
He's got a lot. Of
hey, Dane, Cheech wants to know if you have any nylon string guitars, classical guitars.
I do. Let me show you what I got.
Well, Cheech. Oh, it looks like we got Cheech. We might have a sale, Cheech.
He's got a Cordoba with rich Corinthian leather.
Baby. Oh,
Epiphone.
It's Epiphone if it's nylon. Is that the Chet Atkins?
Chet Atkins one?
Yep, it is.
Wow.
Chet Atkins.
Ingve liked those.
They're great.
Well, that's cool.
Great guitars. What are you asking for that?
Yeah.
I don't have a price on this one right now, so I'd have to.
You heard it here, folks. Stop making the offers. He's saying you come up with a price, he'll.
Yeah.
Someone up for auction. We'll start it at 150.
Well, it's got a little love on the front. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's all right.
3 little spots that looks like there was a scratch or something, and somebody worked on it, but.
It's a great guitar. The Gibson one cost a fortune.
Yeah.
Now, did Ingve play the Epiphone or the Gibson?
It plugs in. You can see the electronics by his hand there on the top. And I believe the jack in the back, the
pin. Oh,
there you go. Oh no, it's not in the pin. It's
like a Les Paul style. Yeah.
Yeah.
Look at how wide the neck is, Dave.
Yeah.
And then what's
2 inch.
You think it's 2 inch? For some reason, I think it's 1 7/8. But Dane, what's your shop's number? Is that your shop's number, or what's the number of the what's the price of the guitar? What are you asking? Here we go, folks. Let me just tell you, if you're looking to buy a guitar in the Arizona area, please dial 480-242-3742. All right.
Call right now.
Yeah, that's a real cool guitar. Very hard to find, I believe.
I would think so.
Yeah.
Especially reasonably priced,
I would say in this condition, it's probably around the 600 neighborhood. If it was really minty, it'd be closer to 1,000.
Well,
we'll start it there.
We'll have some discussions.
Call the dude.
Strings included.
Shipping it, tax.
Let's take a look online and see if we can find one. What they go for?
It does.
Epiphone Chet Atkins.
Depending on thing. Well, that one's not $550. Yeah, it's looking like $500-600.
Is there a hard case?
Yes.
Excellent.
No, I'm looking at 400 here.
Really?
I see $499.
Oh man, I thought I was.
Well, it's in mint shape. Well, it says good condition. It looks like the knobs are a little different, but it says $399 and $35. Let me see what else is here. Hold on, I might be gone.
Well, I'm looking at the one without a sound hole. So
I'm looking at the exact same one he's got. It's at Giulianelli Music in Smithton, Pennsylvania on Reverb.com.
Because I couldn't find that. The shopping. Oh, there it is. Okay, yeah, it's the black one.
Yep. No, not black.
Here's the famous Trogley spin.
Oh, here's one at $599.
Sell it, baby. Sell it. Brand new.
Oh, is Trogley still making videos? You know what? I don't watch any guitar shit
like every
anymore.
day doing a video. And
I haven't watched guitar stuff either, really.
That's from The Price is Right. Stop it.
Yeah, no offense to people in the chat. I feel like William Shatner on SNL when people start talking about nothing but guitars all the time and all the channels and stuff. Get a life.
Don't you people have you never even kissed a girl. Let me see what this sold.
No, we've all been down that road. I mean, like a few years ago, I was really into the COVID thing. Kind of made us dependent on the YouTube channels.
Now, what else? What other nylon strings do you have? Is that it?
Yeah, that's basically it. I got a couple of. I got like maybe a used Ibanez and maybe a Yamaha back there, but they're old, beat up, used things.
Yeah, that might be what someone's looking for, though.
No Yaris.
No. And it's nothing that I would want to ship somewhere.
Oh, there we go again. What the hell? Where the hell is the damn...
Oh, wait a minute. That's interesting.
What's that?
The adult nude site, whatever.
Oh, it's back?
It's back. Yeah, I took care of it.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's new.
Again, folks, I'm sorry if that's a site you might be interested in, but honestly, it conflicts with the other nude sites that pay me to do the show.
I mean, all he had was.
Oh, that's interesting. Silver Sky SE.
Is that a Mayer or not exactly?
Well, it's a Silver Sky.
Yes, it is. That's the new John Mayer Silver Sky. And I think they're like 6 months out of production now or something. So this was a few months ago.
Okay.
And I don't know why they put the PRS guitar, the American-made one. It didn't have a back plate on it. And I loved how that looked. It was all, the paint was beautiful underneath the springs. And then on the SEs, for some reason, they put a back plate on there. And I think that kind of ruined the whole coolness of a PRS Silver Sky.
You think so? You think DeForest Kelley was wearing a wig?
I hate the back plate.
You do?
Yeah.
Okay.
Nice looking guitar, though. Except for the headstock.
I always ask this, and no one can really answer me on this. Now, are those the same pickups that they use in the more expensive Paul Reed Smith?
I forget, but honestly, all 3 pickups are exactly the same one. So they all ohm out at like 6.65 or something. All 3 of them.
Okay.
No, just I heard good things about the ones in higher end one, and I'm just curious if they figured they put those in the cheaper one as well. But.
Well,
I love when people boast about a single coil.
On the SEs, and they put the back plate on here that I don't like.
I heard things. I've heard things.
I think.
You like it like this, like the way Jerry does it, no back plate.
Well, and then no screws, so it's like it never had one.
Right.
This is how this guitar was born. Hey, can you?
Zim's Guitars. Hello.
He's global.
You got one of those.
Nationwide.
You got a Chet Atkins guitar over sale.
Yeah.
Okay.
For $200.
Okay, so the nut on the SE is just a regular
Gibson style.
Yeah, and the end. Yeah. Okay, on the American-made ones, it's more of a Fender style where it's cut into the groove of the fingerboard.
Yep.
We're gonna try it again. Here we go.
All right.
We're gonna do a sale live.
So bowling for dollars.
Zim's Guitars.
Hey Dane, how are you? It's Cheech. How are you?
Hey Cheech.
It's Cheech from the show.
Cool.
I'm doing really good. How are you, Cheech?
I'm interested in that Epiphone that you got, the Chet Atkins. What can you do?
All right.
How about $500 plus a little bit of shipping?
What do you charge for shipping?
Where are you at?
I'm in Toronto, Ontario, Canada.
Holy shit, bro.
International.
Not a good idea, buddy. I'm sorry. Customs, you'll never get it up there for less than $1,000.
You're kidding me.
No, I'm serious.
Yeah, because of the currency difference and
Have you got any other nylon acoustics lying around, electrics or anything?
No, not really. Just some $100 things, nothing that's I would want to ship to Canada, dude. It'd be so much money to get it up there. It's crazy. I feel bad for you guys because of that.
That's a nice one you got there, man. That's a rare one you got. I hope you sell it, man. I hope you get what you're asking for. That's a nice one.
Thank you, Chief.
Okay, Dan. I'll see you on the show. Take care, buddy.
Okay, thanks for calling.
All right.
Bye.
Bye-bye. There he is, ladies and gentlemen. It's Chief.
By the way, have you been on any other shows that generated calls while you were live?
Johnny Show, we do that.
What's that?
I could do it with the Johnny Bean Show. They'd try to get me. Yeah, people would call me a lot.
Oh, really? While the show was live or after the show?
Yeah, no. I would ask them to call me during normal business hours, but no, people would call me during the show.
I'm hearing crickets.
Let me see.
And I'm not doing the sound effects. Someone's got a cricket.
Let me see what Jeff Beck is playing.
Oh, it's probably in my basement.
Yeah, I figured it was you, Jerry.
Yeah.
So now all the jokes are going to flop now.
Yeah. Yeah, but whatever time it is, that's when they start roaring. It's like
Hey, Dave. The other day when we were at the cigar joint, there was a cricket in the bathroom. It was pretty aggravating going in there.
A cricket?
Yeah.
Dave,
it was loud
if you
too.
ever wanted to do something where you could have your viewers call in, you can just roll my number across the bottom and they can call and I'll just.
Oh yeah, you got to tell me. Hold on, I'll do that in 1 second. Let me just find out. Where is? It looks like he's playing October 6th at the Music Hall at MGM Music Hall at Fenway. I don't even know.
Yeah, that's what they call it now. Yeah, it's new. They call it that.
There's a venue that used to be
October 6th. Jan.
It's like 3,500 square.
We'll definitely have to smoke cigars first.
Yeah, of course they put that Fenway and it's like friggin' still no parking.
That's all right.
It's
because
like
from where I am,
I
I can go somewhere and I can park somewhere and then take the train over, take the green line.
Yeah.
That's easy.
Well,
So
yeah, I used to pick up in Braintree.
A 12-inch radius type of thing with that.
That's the other thing that's different about them. The American-made Silver Sky.
What is Zim's phone number? Can you just read it to me?
It is 480-242-3742.
On West Guadalupe, where it smells like poopy.
Mesa, Arizona. I'm on the corner of Alma School and Guadalupe. Yeah, if you want to call in to the show right now,
right? The telethon.
Join us.
Jeez, it's not the. I got rid of this.
Hey,
the
kids,
hotline number is open.
Hide user.
Call Dane for a good time.
We'll get an Asian girl coming on. Me so horny.
They're not even changing their name.
Elroy figured it out. I can park where I want. Exactly. Johnny Kramer. Yeah. There's a cricket in the bathroom. That's the one cricket that fucking Krellbach could get singing.
Yeah.
Mega Todd said you're the nicest and coolest guy and your store is awesome.
Mega Todd is a good friend that comes in here.
Excellent. Thank you for that, Mega Todd.
Mega Todd. I like that name. Reminds me of Beavis and Butthead.
Todd.
What was the main Autobot's name? Prime, Optimus Prime.
Optimus Prime, yeah.
Autobots assemble. Megatod, you come with me. Am I the only one that loves Optimus Prime? Megatod, turn into a car and let's roll.
Orson Welles was the voice of Optimus Prime in the Transformers movie.
What movie?
There was a Transformers movie in the 80s.
Oh, okay. No, I was going to say, what? Not the Transformers movie that I know.
Oh, no, not the recent one with what's his face there.
The guy who did it on the recent ones is the best. Bumblebee, get your shit together. Let's go.
Well,
Autobots unite, and please use keep yourself well lubricated, boys.
They had to get rid of Orson Welles because Optimus Prime all of a sudden said, the French.
The French. Keep a tight perimeter. That'd be great. I'm going to do all the Anchorman lines as Optimus Prime. Keep your head on a swivel.
So any of you guys in the chat right now, if you want to call in, that's the number. Give us a call. Be part of the show.
Folks, be a part of the show at Zim's Guitars, 480-242-3742.
It's going to ring off the hook.
Do you guys remember dialing for dollars? Or
you can ask Dave.
What's that?
Ask Dave a question about anything.
Well, I will make up an answer and say it with such conviction. It's like, I'm like, is it, who sings the hook? Is it John Popper? You guys know the hook? Doesn't matter what I say if I sing it with conviction. The hook will bring the hook by it's what's the name of that band?
Yeah, it's Blues Traveler. Yeah, so,
Blues Traveler.
Yeah, it is John Popper. It is John Popper then.
Yeah.
Nobody wants to call in.
Autobots, Johnny Kramer, get your gear together. Keep a tight perimeter. It's the greatest voice in any movie, that guy. Autobots will be back to fight another day. Translation, folks. They're doing a sequel. That was me in the theater.
How many people are watching? How many people are in here right now with us?
32.
Come on, somebody, give us a call.
I'm really shocked Krellbar hasn't made his screen go dark and started making calls.
Yeah.
He spent a lifetime cranking places.
Land shark. FTD florist.
Exactly.
Candy Graham.
But Zim's telethon. Hey, it's Headstock Harem, Todd. Get your shit together. Let's go.
Headstock Harem. Go ahead and call, man. It's just my cell phone number. It's not some sort of a weird bot or something. I won't ever call you back. You don't have to worry.
Autobots, drop your cocks and grab your socks. Let's go.
Come on, Mega Todd. Give us a call.
Does Dane have any garbage to glitter guitars in the works? Ooh.
I do.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's a fucking great title.
Buddy of mine's painting a BC Rich for me.
He is. All right, the same painter.
The paint job.
I can
wild
find a photo of how it's going.
Oh, cool.
And folks, if you haven't noticed, I'm drinking from my DL Show mug, available at participating, whatever the fuck my page is on Spring. I don't even Teespring.
What version is that of the mug artwork, Dave?
I get third. Third version.
Oh, I'm sorry. What the hell? Oh, wow. So you're doing the circles on a BC,
Yeah.
Hey, that's cool, man. Super cool. So your painter must be like really skilled at 80s, 90s, that kind of. Yeah, that's fucking cool. Nice. I like it.
Yeah, he's pretty good. And he does it as a hobby.
Green's cool, man. It's very cool guitar color.
What color is what is this color? Is this the color that we sat with your we were trying to get the
No, that was the blue color. That right there is the green.
Well, it's actually not green. What's the color called? Oh, is that avocado? What was that color called?
Oh, me?
Yeah.
Yeah. This is avocado. That's ocean turquoise right there. And then this is teal.
Now the woman screaming, don't hurt my dog. Is that in the well to your right or to your left, Jerry?
Matilda. Tell her to.
Was she a great big fat person?
Well, she's a little thinner now. Yeah. She had such a bad attitude.
It puts the lotion. I love Ted Levine. So great.
Not just
because
of
anybody with the last name Levine. Joe is I don't think he was feeling up to it. While I was smoking a cigar this evening, and for those that want to know, I was smoking a La Perla Habana wide. I enjoyed it.
Now, John just asked you a question about Joe. Now, he could have called in live and actually.
Oh, yeah, and you should have called it in.
He could have called.
It puts the lotion or it gets the hose again. That's right. Put the fucking lotion in the basket. No, I think it goes, it puts the lotion on, it does what it is told. Mister, it puts the lotion on the skin or it gets the hose again. Oh, it's so good.
No sound. I don't have the sound effects handy tonight.
Jane Gum.
It doesn't let me.
Mr. Jane Gum, do you know this? Is she a big fat person?
Yeah. Oh man.
Maybe I should call the last. What was the guy that just Cheech? Should I call Cheech back?
Exactly. I can't believe. Can we get somebody to call Dane's? Let's get somebody to call.
People. What
folks?
Is
we've given you a lot of entertainment. Anissa Jones was here. We have Mr. Warmth coming out soon, folks. Please call in, make your donations. Make your donations while you can. Oh, wait a second. Have you guys seen this? Hold on. It's hard to see.
What? We have a caller.
Oh.
I think it's Cheech calling us back.
Says, I can make it to Detroit. Can you ship it to Detroit?
Zim's Guitars. Hello. Hello. Now the guy's going to crank us. He's cranking us.
All right, here we go, folks. Do you guys are familiar with the Fungo characters? If there was any question about the sexuality of Rob Halford, it has been answered with this.
Zim's Guitars.
This is the Rob Halford.
You just called me a person.
Hey.
Oh, it's Jan.
I'm doing good. How you doing?
I am doing just fine.
All right.
Hey, is that Jan?
Do you have a question for Dave?
Dave, so are we going to the Jeff Beck show?
October 6th, I'll go.
I'm in Florida October 6th. You have to pick earlier date.
Okay, I'll find something. Maybe there'll be a show in New York. Let me see what his schedule looks like. Hold on, let me just see.
He's in Florida, so he's going to have just get a hold of Jeff Beck. Tell him to reschedule.
That's all.
Yeah. He said he will only if I donate one of my Stratocasters to him, but that's what I'm not going to.
He wanted to donate a Strat to Jeff Beck.
I saw him a couple times.
Showing me the same show. I don't want to see that show. I want to see all his shows. Here we go.
And tonight, I can't even tell you how happy I am. Just want to announce that Ukrainian offense. They are trying to get back some territory, and they're hitting Russians so fucking bad you just wouldn't believe. So
nice.
We're all watching the war online, and we are totally coming back. So
there you go. We got a war update. It's
well, hopefully it ends soon, right?
When do you go to Florida?
Right, I'll text me when you pick the date. Right.
All right. Well, what I'll do is
hear everybody.
Hey Jan, are you around tomorrow? We'll smoke a cigar if you're around.
You'll have to call him. He said thank you, and he hung up.
Okay. Well, he's listening to the show. So if it looks like exactly. Well, I always say that, Rich. I say when you watch him at the US Festival, he looks like Glenn Hughes, not the cop, the biker. But let's take a look.
He needs a Fu Manchu mustache.
And he looks like Glenn Hughes, the biker from the Village People, in bedazzled leather. You can see the bedazzled on here.
Of course.
Now, what's great about this is I didn't realize, because I have the Devo guy up there, and they're next to each other. The two of them have whips. You can't see Devo guy, but the Devo guy's got a whip too. Oh, the color's bad because this thing's bright red. Here it looks.
There's a common theme.
Oh, all right. Yeah. I posted a couple of Cubans that I'll be smoking this week. I have a Vegas Robena, and a Churchill from Romeo and Julieta.
No, he literally means he's bringing Cubans.
Right.
Not cigars. In the back trunk.
I'm hearing crickets.
Yeah, that's Krelba.
No, it's here. It's my basement.
It's in his basement.
Oh, is that Zim doing it?
I said earlier. No, I said it earlier. I said I'm not doing this. Jokes are all going to suck.
I was working on a project yesterday at the house, and I had the door open for like 8 hours, and some fucking varmints got in here. So
does it make sense that you play a Buddy Holly song? Because then it's Buddy Holly and the Crickets. At that point, you're supposed to have the cricket noise.
Yeah, crickets, yeah.
I have the wrong tone for.
Well, I've only got the lotion in the basket button up now, so gotta figure out what the hell's wrong with the login on this. Login currently unavailable. What the hell?
Where are you trying to log into?
Oh, I use my instance for my sound effects. I have them all, saved and stuff, and it doesn't let me log in now. It glitches every now and then. Damn these free websites. Can't they get anything right?
Somebody was talking about the floating bridge on the Strat in the chat.
Mm-hmm.
I always have it
pinned
stuck to the body.
Yes, yeah, that's how he likes it too. That's Elroy, because Elroy does setups and he hates dealing with it.
Yeah, that floating, that's just such bullshit. In my
what I do is I just get
it either.
I just get it right to that point where it's pulling against the body, but I can still utilize the trim system. I don't totally pull it to where I can't use it. I can set up strats to stay reasonably in tune. Yeah. Well, I don't think Jerry can. Jerry's got the 5 springs in the claw.
You can still pull it.
You know what?
Oh yeah.
So, I was the twang bar king for 20 years.
I believe that name belongs
That's Adrian Ballou.
No, I know.
Thank you.
But I excessively used the whammy bar, right? And then say...
Don't confuse it with your penis, please.
12, 15 years ago, I fucking broke like 3 of them in a month. Like, they just kept snapping. And I'm like, this is fucking stupid. So I just stopped using it. And about a month after that, I got adjusted to a hardtail. And that was it, man. I've been doing that for several years now. And I'm happier for it. And I break far less strings. Because when you use the tremolo all the time, it kind of saws on it. So. But I was not happy breaking brand new fucking Fender original, made in USA whammy bars. And then the thing would get stuck in the block, and I used to have to take it apart. And oh my God, what a fucking pain in the ass. So I said, fuck it. And a lot of times this one's got the springs, but I'll put a hunk of wood in there too. But this one seems to be pretty stable the way it is. So, and sometimes I'll mute those springs because it's too much reverb, and I'll put like a pad in there kind of thing.
You know what I use? The little styrofoam thing, stuff that you wrap stuff in the styrofoam wrap or whatever. I just take that and I weave it within.
Sure.
And then I take a flat one, put it on top, then put the back plate on. And also for those people on G strings that or the strings at the headstock that ring out, maybe needs a string tree. Instead of doing a string tree, I usually take depending on the size of the string, I'll take the insulation off of a wire and I put it on there, and that kills it. And added bonus is if you like bending behind the nut, it doesn't kill your finger. It's like a little insulation from your finger.
So you're talking about the ghost behind the nut?
No, well, what happens is sometimes if the angle isn't right, you hit a chord or whatever, you stop it, and then it rings behind the nut because it doesn't have the right angle.
Right.
Rather than use the string tree, I just put insulation on it. My Kotzen has that, and my Strats all have that.
I do 3 winds per post to try to offset that.
I've done that before too. What I usually do with the G string first is that, I put a shitload of windings on it to improve that.
Push it down.
Yeah. It needs that. Well, there's zero deflection here. So
well, it looks like let me see yours for a second. Are those angled, or is it just those are so low because the thing's so thick?
So the headstock is thick.
Right. That I know.
All right. So then it kind of gives the illusion that those don't protrude as much as a regular Fender.
Well, it doesn't give the illusion. They actually don't.
Well, it looks tighter, right? And then you do the super wind on it, and you get a nice tight pull.
Oh, geez, not this stuff.
Hold on, I'll get rid of it. Hold on.
Well, I just hid the user on the channel. I do that.
That's what I do.
And it keeps coming back. Yeah.
Yeah, because you keep saying message deleted by it doesn't say user hidden.
Well, I'm clicking on hide user right now. I've got something to say unhide if I try doing it.
Yeah. I'm gonna say somebody definitely somewhere thinks there's a bunch of horny old men watching this.
They wouldn't be wrong.
Yeah. They're actually performing right now.
What I don't understand is we keep hiding it, and it's the same name that keeps coming in.
No, because the name's super long, and sometimes it says the part after XYZ dash is different.
Yeah.
Open up your second screen and click on it. Let's see where it goes.
Yeah.
Kaboom.
That's going to go down a rabbit hole.
Actually, they're not even posting anything. It's like a thumbs up, a print sign, mouth, thumbs up, a person's face, and lips.
Yeah, I just reported.
I love the cricket sound. We don't have crickets like at night. You don't hear that here. It's just like you can hear the freeway, and that's it.
You just hear the coyotes in the periphery, in the perimeter.
No, all you hear are the cars on the freeway zooming by.
Does it sound like the ocean? That's what we always say, oh, we live near the highway. It sounds like the ocean, just to try to romanticize it. It's like, no, it sounds like the fucking freeway,
So you got the crickets, huh?
Oh, dude, the motherfucker.
Hey, do you ever see Alyssa at all in your neighborhood anymore?
No, but
I see her all the time at the tanning place.
She's a good kid.
Oh yeah, she's funny.
Yeah. No,
you guys know any girls named Allison? You ever met any girl named Allison?
Sure. Yeah, a few.
In my life?
I know two of them.
Hey,
one was really big.
Dave, do you guys play that one, Allison?
No.
Oh, that's a good tune.
How about the?
We've done for Elvis Costello. We've done What's So Funny About Peace, Love, and Understanding. We do Every Day I Write the Book.
That's a good one.
In the full rock band, we used to do Pump It Up.
Yep, Pump It Up.
My favorite by him was I Don't Want to Go to Chelsea. I like Elvis.
What the fuck was that song?
All right, we might have another caller.
Oh, we have another caller.
That's the spammer.
Horny Asians.
Zim's Guitars, welcome to the Dave's Guitar Channel live stream. You're on the air. Go right ahead.
Hi, Dane.
Hi.
I have a question.
Okay.
I have a question for you.
Oh, for me, okay.
I bought a Blues Junior about 7 years ago, brand new, and it's sitting in my living room. I played it a little the first day, and I'm thinking of firing it up. Should I be worried that it's going to blow up on me?
Well, you might want to do a quick little inspection. Look at the back of the amp. Make sure the tubes are up there and inserted properly, and you probably should be fine.
Okay, I don't need to break it in with some kind of thing. I've heard that before on the...
Dave, let me ask Dave. What do you think, Dave?
I'm sorry, what was the question? I was removing content from the chat.
He's got a Blues Junior that he hasn't plugged in 7 years, and he's wondering if there's anything, some sort of cautionary thing he should look at before he just plugs that thing in and turns it on.
Turn it on, look to see if the tubes light up, and play it.
Yeah. No,
turn it on right now.
Just turn it on. See how it should be fine. But I would, there are tubes in there, and sometimes they may become loose or whatever, but I don't know if it'll just make the amp not work. It shouldn't hurt it.
Yeah, but when you turn it on, you'll see the tubes. You should see the tubes light up as it warms up. So you should just see the main tubes, because I don't think those are covered on the EL84s.
Yeah, I think
on that amp, the 12AX7s will be covered, but 12AX7s will last.
Okay. Okay. Thank you.
Okay, take care. Bye.
I don't think that was from our viewers.
Not at all.
That's cool.
Yeah, thanks a lot for calling an hour after I closed.
Hey, so Jan said, in the spirit of supporting the show, Jan would like to buy a guitar from you.
Awesome.
Cool.
All right.
What does he like?
Is there a guitar that you liked, Jan, that you wanted to buy? Perhaps the Silver Sky that wasn't silver, it's green.
It's a nice choice.
if he wants, call me tomorrow during my regular business hours.
Which is what?
11 o'clock until 6 o'clock. And I think
2
I
hour
am
time difference.
Pacific time.
Pacific
right
time.
Now. Yeah.
Right. Because
it's almost 7 o'clock for me right now. So
because during the fall and winter, I believe you go into mountain time.
No, our time never changes. We're like the one state that
Oh,
is.
that's right.
Yeah,
know
they
your
don't
time
have
doesn't
daylight
change.
savings.
No.
Am I mental here, guys? If you don't go into daylight savings, then you're into daylight savings
He's in
right
different
now.
zone,
California is. So they go back an hour and they're with you.
And we stay the same.
You don't move. But when you're out of daylight savings, you go to you're in mountain time and not Pacific time.
Mm-hmm.
You're an hour behind California. That's a mountain.
I'm not
he's just strictly.
sure, but I know, like when this daylight savings time changes for you over in California. Well, you're not in California.
No, I'm in Massachusetts, but I live there. But I understand when it changes, you guys are in mountain time.
Yeah, it'd be an hour later.
I would say wherever you are, it's just going to change an hour forward or back, depending.
Yeah, but we
on
don't
what time of year it is.
No, Arizona doesn't change their time. That's right.
Exactly. I'm talking about other people in the country comparing it to the.
But you're in the same time zone as, say, Vegas in the winter time. That's mountain time.
No, I think we're in the Pacific time because
Pacific is California.
I'm at the same time as California.
No, you're not.
Are you?
You're in the same time as California when California moves its clock back.
Oh, maybe you're right about that. Yeah,
there's a 3-hour difference from the East Coast right now.
It is at least half of the year that we're.
Hold on, I'm just looking up Arizona. Okay, Arizona time zone is Mountain Standard Time.
Yeah, right now it's 7 o'clock or it's 6:59 right now, Arizona time.
Right.
Well, I guess the real question is the person who want to know what time comparison was, where are they living? And that I think we were trying to figure out what the time difference was between one area and the other. So I can't remember the original question.
It's 7 p.m. LA time? What is? Oh, right now it's going to be 7. Right now it's almost 7 for you, isn't it?
That's right. So we're on California time right now.
That's right. Yep. In daylight savings. When they're out of daylight savings, you're always in Mountain Standard Time.
Okay.
Yep. It'll be a 2-hour. It's a 3-hour difference from the East Coast right now. When it changes again, it'll be 2 hours.
Correct. What the hell is he playing?
He's trying to play Girl You Want.
Girl You
Want. Yeah. He's trying to play Girl You Want.
Exactly.
I think Linda.
Yeah, I know. There's a tricky little thing on there.
Cool. Well, I think it's on a keyboard.
Well, what's his name does it on a guitar? Chris Cornell.
Very slow.
Low. You're missing the low E.
Yeah.
It's ba-da-bo, ba-da-bo, bow, ba-da-bo, bo, ba-da.
The crickets are throwing me off.
Yeah, blame the crickets.
Yeah,
Cornell does it, but it's I play it over here, but
oh, you play? See, I was playing it off the nut.
You can play it here.
Yeah, because that's what I'm hearing. Like, out of the rip, a lot of spank.
I saw this video yesterday or the day before about Grand Funk.
I'm wearing a
Railroad.
Devo shirt, by the way. Have you noticed?
You got the fucking hat there. Oh yeah,
and the
cool.
Devo shirt. It's the Devo New Traditionalist. See? Oh, sorry, this side. New Traditionalist.
Yeah, through being cool.
And then eliminate the ninnies and the squares. Bam, bam.
I saw a video the other day about Grand Funk Railroad and how huge they were in the early 70s.
71, they were huge.
What's your thoughts on that band from back then?
I think Mark Farner.
Oh yeah, the guy
has not received the love that I believe he deserves as a player, singer, etc.
I think the people love them, Dave.
But back in the day, it just hasn't transcended time. When I was a kid, like the late 70s, man, the only song you could hear from them is that shitbaggy Locomotion and that you picked a bad time for being in love. But, you hear songs like Foot Stomping Music is great. I'm Your Captain.
The bone-rattling bass of Mel Shocker. The competent
drumming
of Don Brewer.
The competent drumming of Don Brewer.
Some Kind of Wonderful. Is that those guys?
Yeah, see, that's another one that I put up there I can't stand.
That was a cover tune. They had a lot of cover tunes.
That's a cover?
Yeah.
Which one?
I didn't know that.
An old jazz artist or something.
What, Some Kind of Wonderful?
Yeah, no,
that's a cover.
Blues artist.
Yeah, I didn't know that. Oh.
Let's look up who originally did it.
What I learned on the Dave Guitar Channel. Very good.
Well, later on, they came out with an album called Phoenix, and there was a song called Flight of the Phoenix that's pretty cool. It's kind of a boogie groove, thing. Some cool Hammond B3 on it.
Good band, though. Not my favorite, but definitely,
John Ellison wrote it and recorded it in 1967 with his Rochester-based Soul Brothers 6. It became world famous in the 70s by Grand Funk Railroad.
Okay.
The Soul Brothers 6. That's a band name right there.
Now, there was another band called the Brady Six. That
I heard there was a member of that band that had some problems with his voice, though. So they
when it's time to change, it's time to rearrange. Sha-na-na-na-na-na-na-na. Sha-na-na-na-na. Let me just say this. Was that the Brady Six?
Keep on.
Because was that the Brady Six? Was that one? Because I always forget which one they were the Brady Six, which one they were the Silver Platters. Oh, that's terrible.
Johnny Bravo.
Yeah, the suit. Remember when the jacket fit?
Yep.
Suit fit. I can dig it.
Jacket fit.
Who is Saga Band? Are they any good? The band Saga. I love Saga. On the
Canadians.
Loose. That guitar riff in that song. That's not an easy song to play.
Yeah, On the Loose and Wind 'Em Up.
Wind 'Em Up's a great one too. I wanted to play On the Loose in FM station, and I had to pull my Optimus Prime. Guys, get your shit together and learn the song. It's a fucking bitch. It's a hard song to play.
Yeah.
Great. Great playing. I love the vocalist too. Great.
Yeah, what was his name? Mike. And then he'd run over and tap the piano, and then
He played the keyboard part with. I mean, it's nuts. Those guys were good.
Yeah, well, it was Ian Crichton was the guitar player.
Yeah, the Crichton. Does he have a brother in the band too? Doesn't he?
Yeah. The singer was Mike something, I think. Someone help me or I can look it up.
Yeah. Playing the role of Fred Norris.
Bassist and keyboardist Jim Crichton and Ian Crichton was guitar. Oh, Michael Sadler. That's who it was.
Sadler. Great.
No one cares who the drummer
Michael
was.
Sadler. That was he was a Yid singing that?
I guess so.
Come on, folks. Autobots, get your minion together and get the Jews together. We're having corned beef tonight. We're taking it back from the Irish.
Lonesome Dave wants to hear
a lot of the tribe in Canada, I guess. I mean, you had Rush. Yeah, Geddy Lee.
Geddy Lee Weinrib?
Yeah.
Gary Weinrib?
Just awful.
That's his name.
Yeah. Gary
Geddy Lee is Gary Weinrib.
And mother pronounced his name
Geddy Winehouse.
His grandmother used to pronounce his name Getty.
Now, what relation was Lenny Weinrib to him? A cousin?
Oh, they just have the same last name, but Lenny Weinrib is when you get up and go has got up and went. A hanker for a
hunk of cheese.
Oh,
I don't know if any of you guys watching TikTok videos or Reels videos where these girls, they come out dressed like crap and you hear the voice go, "Why are you out of uniform?" It's definitely Lenny Weinrib's voice. And then they come out, they're like in a bikini or they're dressed to the nines and with the boobs hanging out. I can't ever see the rest of the video because I'm busy masturbating. But it's a joke, folks. But seriously, I hear that, I see that thing on like TikTok, and I'm like, I have a friend, a mutual friend to Jerry. I believe you met him too, Grill Bar guy by the name of Alan. Now, Alan loves TikTok. He is addicted to TikTok. You can't go anywhere without him looking at TikTok or sending me 900 TikTok messages through the phone, which I never see. And then he calls me and goes, "You didn't see them yet." I'm like, "I never go on it." I go, "I never go on." He goes, "Oh, you got to see this one." But so when you go on, it's some girl walking by and you hear Lenny Weinrib, "Why are you not in uniform?" You know, it's obviously from some cartoon. It's so ridiculous. "Look, a wagon wheel. When you get up and go." The best Jewish bass player, Geddy Lee, you think?
Well, bass player from Triumph was named Levine.
Mike Levine, yeah, but he wasn't as good as Geddy.
No, he wasn't.
But
I always thought the best.
They mixed that bass loud in Triumph. When you saw them live, that bass guitar was twice as loud.
Of course, there's three guys in the band. You can't get away from it.
You got to really push.
I've
You got to
never
push
heard
that
in a
rhythm
band
section.
where they mixed the bass guitar so loud when they were live.
I think the best Jewish bass player might be Louis Johnson. Just joking, folks.
Hey, well, he could have converted. Oh shit!
I got it.
Okay.
I finally got one. Yeah. No, I mean, Geddy's great. He's great. You know, I have to say, and I've said it many times, but I mean, I really like all the songs on Moving Pictures a lot. Witch Hunt, Camera Eye, Vital Signs. Is that what it's called?
I think that's
what's the other song on that album?
Red Barchetta. Barchetta.
There you go. But overall, it's a great record, even though, to me, a lot of like, you know what I heard today? I was listening to Slipknot in the gym, and I think Joey Jordison is probably one of the best drummers in rock, especially heavy rock.
Yeah.
He grooves. The guy's playing metal, and he's going from blast beat to groove, and he's seamless.
But
that band doesn't get.
He's dead now.
He's dead. Yeah, he died. Yeah. But that band doesn't get the love. He doesn't get the love he deserves. I think he's one of the best heavy rock drummers out there, or was. He just grooves. He's got the swing to his play, but when he's in the middle of a roll, he can blast beat with his feet in time. I mean, he's just great. Oh yeah, Worlds Apart is excellent. Johnny, check out On the Loose from Worlds Apart. It's a fantastic song. That record was a big album for them.
Beyond those two songs, though, I didn't like the rest of the album. I have the album.
You think Mark Knopfler is the best Jewish guitar player? I don't agree with that at all.
I thought they were talking bass players.
There's a lot of great Jewish jazz players.
Is Knopfler Jewish, or is that
I don't know, maybe
is that German? No, I mean, like that last name, it could be a German Jew.
Could be anything.
From England.
Yeah, I mean heritage.
Here's the question: is he a Jew or is he Jewish? Thank you, folks.
The guitar player
YouTube to
in
take
Rush.
us down on these jokes.
Well, I'll just say this: Knopfler's not a friggin' English name. That's definitely German based.
The guitar player in Rush. What's his name again?
That would be Alex Lifeson.
Alex, there was one song where he had a little background vocal part. Do you guys know what that is? He was the guy. He had to go subdivisions.
I was going to say, I always thought that was Neil Peart.
Me too.
It sounds like Neil. It sounds like Neil's speaking voice.
I recall seeing a video and seeing Alex walk up and go subdivisions.
He is, huh?
Yeah, I think he did in the video.
How can you do that and keep a straight face? Subdivisions.
What about the guitar player for the klezmer? All right, hold on. Let me see something here. By the way, I don't know if anyone knows what klezmer music is. When I worked at a restaurant called Legal Seafoods, very Jewish restaurant in Chestnut Hill, they used to say, "Oh, you're a musician? What kind of music do you play?" And with a straight face, I would say, "Strictly klezmer. I just play klezmer music." And they would take me like, "Oh, that's really nice." Yeah, I'm playing klezmer music. Fucking hell. All right, what are we looking up again? I was going to look something up. Oh, yeah, subdivisions. Who says... Here we go. Who says subdivisions in the Rush song?
Mark Daly.
Mark Daly, evening newscaster of The Voice in Toronto.
Yeah. So Alex Lifeson was the only one that did it in the video, but it was someone else's voice.
To me, when I heard it, I was like, "Oh, that sounds like fucking," because he has a radio voice. Neil Peart. You ever hear him talk?
Yeah, it's kind of like a deep and kind of there's a lull to it, like really easygoing.
Hold on, but on Wikipedia they credit Neil Peart for the spoken vocal. Hold on, let me see what's going on here.
I thought I saw that live where he'd walk up to the mic, Alex, and subdivision.
Hold on, let me see here. The title of the song is heard twice per chorus, spoken by Peart and lip-synced by Alex Lifeson in the video.
Okay, but...
Live performances included a sample of Peart's voice triggered by appropriate moments and still lip-synced by Lifeson.
Which one are you going to believe, though? It's like the other one.
Well, I'll tell you right now, when I heard it the other day in my headphones, I said, that sounds like Neil Peart's speaking voice.
Subdivisions.
You got
Autobots, get your subdivisions together.
Yeah.
Be cool or be cast out, Autobots.
Yeah, that was a good record back then. Subdivisions.
Is that
Tycoon? I don't know. I don't know who Tycoon is.
Is that 81, 82? Somewhere in that time
What's
frame?
that?
The Rush.
81.
82.
So
it was 82.
40
well, well, the other one's 81. Moving Pictures is 81 right. because Permanent Waves is 80.
Yep. Then that was 82. Then
Spirit of Radio.
Grace Under Pressure was 83 or 84.
That's a nice album cover, if I seem to remember correctly.
Which one did you work for, Rich? Which one? Subdivisions. Be cool or be cast out.
Subdivision.
What's the song that goes quick to anger? It's a Rush song. Oh, that lyric, it gets me every time. What the hell's that song? Is it Witch Hunt?
Dave, in Red Bar.
Yeah, it's Witch Hunt. Witch Hunt.
It is. What's the line?
Well, let me look. Yeah. Nice, like it's
I hear it all the time now, and it's always that line that
quick to judge, quick to anger, slow to understand, ignorance and prejudice and fear walk hand in hand.
Yeah.
Ooh.
That's friggin' Peart.
I know what you're saying, Jerry.
Is it Red Bar Cheddar with that kind of
the harmonics?
No, it's got like that. I don't know, the guitar solo, and then it's got like the China type. Is that the song, or is it?
That's YYZ.
No,
maybe.
There's no solo in Red Bar Cheddar, is there?
It's a very I don't know. It's the scale it is using. It sounds like Middle Eastern.
Well, the solo sounds.
He's talking. That's YYZ.
Yeah,
it is, and then the China type, like the guys.
It goes on. It's well, he's using it's like almost a beat. What do you call that? B harmonic. No, not a B harmonic minor. Like it's
That
it's this.
Yeah.
Yeah, he just climbs down net. Yeah.
So it's a major with the flat two. What would you call that?
Yes.
So it's got the F sharp with the D sharp. So it's an E harmonic minor rooted on the 5.
Okay, well, to my ear, it sounds, the other side of the world. Yes. Nice.
Hey, boys, I'm going to check out.
Yeah, we all are. We're done here.
Yeah, that's 10:17.
10:17, folks. We're going to call this one a night. I want to thank Dane for being here. I want to thank Jerry Gorham for being here. I would like to thank Krellbaugh for being here. And more importantly, I'd like to thank you all for being here.
Yes.
For hanging out. Oh, you worked at the aquarium, State Street. Nice. All right, everyone. Everyone else want to say anything before we go? Zim, you want to say anything before you go?
Subdivisions.
In the clip. Be cool or be cast out.
Dave, I'm not sure about tomorrow because I'm working tomorrow. Then I still have to work out. So it's like.
No worries. I'll be there tomorrow night at 7 p.m. I'll be doing my my sandwich over at Miller's Roast Beef that I love.
I got to go do that sometime.
Arnold's over there working out over there. Wait, what's tomorrow? Tuesday? I have a phone call I got to do.
Dave, have you tried Giorgio's in Brockton?
I don't like it.
For the roast beef?
Yeah, I'm not a fan. Miller's is much better.
Okay. Right.
Much better.
All right.
Yeah, I love Miller's.
Miller's is good.
Here's the problem with Giorgio's. If you're going to give me barbecue sauce with the roast beef, make sure you're giving me the best barbecue sauce you can give me. Not this, whatever the hell they give me. I hated the barbecue sauce.
Yeah, I don't like barbecue on beef like that. Maybe on brisket.
No, it comes on the side, but I'm just saying.
Oh, okay.
Don't make me bring my own. And I have. I'm that
but
guy.
Miller's has pretty good.
The food's great. The French dip's the way to go. All right, everyone, we're calling it. Very good.
All righty.
Okay, goodbye, Ted.
Goodbye.